Well, in this series of lectures, I am expressing my view on the old economy regarding the trade war. You know, if you see my last video, that regarding the tariffs imposed by the US government and how far it will impact the world economy. In this lecture, I would like to say what is actually going going in this field. You know, the tax that the tariffs that are imposed on the trade partners of the USA nowadays, and you know that it is postponed for 90 days on 9th April in this year. So here is the crucial point I would like to say. If you see the history of the trade war, that is that is 1930s Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act impact on the economy before the Great Depression, and in 2014 the Russia's ban on food, and 2018-19 there is a India USA dispute over trade, and 2018-20 the US China trade war. All these trade related disputes had some negative impact in the global economy, actually made the growth of the world economy slow down. So on that basis, there is a pause from the end of the US government, because the president of the US, actually is trying to have a bilateral understanding with their trade partners. And this if its stockholders, he will give some facilities to the stockholders who will engage with the USA in trade under this stipulated time period. But the question is how far it will be effective. It will, if you consider actually two things here arise. The first is the 90 days pause, and during this period the bilateral understanding with the partners will not be effective if you consider this, and because there is a gargantuan negotiating agenda from the end of the US government. So for example, you can have it this way, that if for example India is involved with the US in bilateral understanding, then agricultural field should be opened up, and as it is demanded by the US, and subsidies will not be there, and no patent should be there. And regarding the dairy farms, rules and regulations should be changed so that the agricultural business of US can have some market in India. So Indian agriculture field will be hampered. So how far India will be able to get involved? In this way, this thing will not be effective. The pause implementations of the tariff, 90 days pause, and this 90 days pause arise another thing, the extraordinary defiance of the Xi Jinping's is a matter of concern, and how far the US will control the China, that is a matter of concern. And if it is some agreements be fulfilled in the bilateral trade with the trade partners of the USA, that some agreements are fulfilled from the end of the USA, and that would be works allocate of Donald Trump's accomplishment. And that I have mentioned just before that China already taken some steps even before when the US government is actually laying down the contours, the US, the China already took some steps to retaliate the the attack of the US by using the tariff instrument. So if you see from the history that from 2018 to 2015 first quarter, 2025 first quarter, the percentage of exports to USA from the end of the China has been reducing, and it is near about 19.9% to near about 13.5%, and there is a, in this field we can say it is a decline, a good decline, and on the other hand, in my last video I have mentioned that China is the second largest buyer of the US Treasury bills, and also in this field China is reducing its investment in US Treasury bills, and that is in the same stat from $1.2 trillion in 2018 to near about 786 like that approximate billion dollar, and there is a from 19% to 9% reduction. So, and on the other hand, that the China is what he is doing is that export diversification is there from the end of the China, and they are visiting the South Asian countries, and the staunch was allies, the Cambodia. Recently, the Xi Jinping actually has visited, and Vietnam. He visited Vietnam, Malaysia, and for his marketing of his product. And on the other hand, that near about 90% earth minerals are controlled by the China, and already China has restricted its export to USA 7 rare minerals. So here we can say that lateral understanding in the trade will not be effective. Unilateral means that the one party will have a loud voice at the time of negotiations, but this will not happen in the grave risks of disruptions of the world economy. And multilateralism is a crucial point here, and that should be the way to solve this economic problem. And otherwise the supply chains of the world economy will be much more hampered. And so most of the countries should have take some steps to make an understanding that Donald Trump should involve in the multilateralism in spite of the unilateralism. And here is the point I would like to say in this lecture, that multilateralism is a way to solve this problem.